Hi, I'm Kristin Welch. I'm the founder of Mercy House Global. We exist to empower women with dignified jobs in Jesus' name to break the cycle of poverty and to come alongside artisans and women around the world to combat human trafficking. Anytime we come face to face with truth, we have an obligation to respond. And a lot of times we respond by doing nothing. That is a response. Looking at it and saying, this isn't for me. I don't want my bubble to burst. I don't want to know about the world's normal. There are human lives connected to everything that we purchase. And that's really been the biggest revelation to me as a mother and wife and consumer, as a believer, that there are people behind every product that we consume. And when we shop at big box stores and, just the places we go, we don't see the faces of the people behind the product. We encourage people to start small, to pick one area of their life that they can buy ethically made items, whether it's coffee. Consumables are a great place to start, candles, paper goods, food, because it's something we rebuy, right? And we tell ourselves that we don't have money to buy fair trade. We don't have the resources because we're spending our money in other ways, but we're always going to buy consumables. And so it's a good place to start, or start with gifts. Make every gift that you buy for a year or for a Christmas season a fair trade gift, and begin small, because those small changes impact people in a big way. There is a person behind every product. And I think the church has missed that. I think we literally wear anti-slavery slogans on our shirts and we put red X's on our hands, and the very clothes that we are wearing, what we're consuming, is contributing to labor trafficking, and we don't even know it. And so education is so critical. And if you don't see a person behind the product, you can almost assume that their face is hidden for a reason. Because at Mercy House Global, we are proud to promote the person behind the product. We don't hide that fact. We want people to meet the people that's making their items. And so if there is no face, there is a cost that is being paid. And so we just have this incredible opportunity. We are disturbed by trafficking. Every human on the planet who is a Christ follower that loves justice, there is something internal that happens. It's wrong. Owning another human is wrong. And yet there is a disconnect between that truth and how we live every single day. And I truly believe God is going to hold us accountable, because if we know it is truth and we turn away from it, to us it is sin. And so we have this low-hanging fruit. Buying fair trade it's easy, right? You have organizations like Mercy House Global and hundreds that are curating trendy items. We're creating things that we know will sell because we're competing in mass markets. We're making it affordable. We're putting a story behind it. We're doing these things that make it convenient for a consumer. And we just have to choose not to look away. We have to look at everything we buy as a person behind it. And does that mean that everything we buy can be ethically made? No. And that's where that struggle comes in, right? We don't want to swing too far to one side, because then it becomes a burden around our neck. But I think considering people, or putting yourself in the place of someone else that didn't have a choice. We have so many choices, and so we should choose to put our money in a place that is going to impact people for the kingdom. It's disappointing and it's surprising to learn about places you've invested your resources that they could actually be hurting people. And there are resources out there that will help you. I mean, a quick Google search. Everything I buy typically goes through a search of the name of what I want to buy and is it ethically made? And so it is an easy search to see. If it's crickets and you can find nothing, it's because there probably is not empowerment happening. And we just have to do better. And it's not going to be perfect, and we're going to make mistakes. And there's grace, right? There's grace for those mistakes. I have contributed to modern day slavery, and I have repented of that. But I can only take today and try to do better and ask for grace and for understanding and wisdom and be a part of the solution. It's our responsibility. In your Go box, you have a very special candle, and I love that candles are a light because they represent the light that is going to fill your home and your heart when you know the person behind the product. We began working with a group of Syrian refugees who came to the United States from war-torn Aleppo, and we met them at the airport, and they became our friends. And we have walked alongside of these families, doing life with them, to provide a dignified job for a refugee is part of our mission at Mercy House Global, because we want to welcome the sojourner. But it's a step further because we see product as a gateway to the gospel. And it is an access into the home of a Muslim family, many Muslim families, who are literally making lights that are going to fill up your home. And so the beauty of access to a job that gives us access to a relationship, that gives them access to an adequate Christian witness. We don't proselytize, we don't force anything, we just are friends and coworkers. And we get to employ these beautiful families. They pay their rent every single month, make over 1,000 candles a week for Mercy House Global, and you get to experience their artistry and the empowerment right in your home. And so every time you light your candle, think about being a light in the darkness, because that is what we get to do when we empower people with truth and we decide we're going to do things a little differently.